night, prime time.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis here on the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
With fall around the corner, football is back, America, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They're led out by their rookie quarterback, the young man out of NC State.
And we knew from the moment the commissioner called his name on draft night, and by the way, laid a pretty good hug on the commissioner going across the stage. But we knew he had a chance to be the starter week one. He dove right into the playbook, ingratiated himself with his teammates, and that's exactly how things have played out.
First carry here for Ken Walker. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Brewer. That's to the sideline and incomplete. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. The tight end in motion right. From the gun on 3rd down. Brewer. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. They'll try for the first with Walker. And it's a solid footwork there as he'll take this down. Here, there appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
2nd and 10.
At the 31-yard line.
Throwing now is Daniels. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Daniels. Open man here is Benson. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as they'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds them to just 3 on the return. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try to put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
From the gun on 3rd down. Brewer. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be 4th down. Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
Daniels looking to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. A give up the middle with Benson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Moore, the man in motion. To the air goes Daniels. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Zone read. Here's Benson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 42-yard line.
Here's Daniels. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Daniels. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try to run for it with Benson. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So out now comes the field goal unit for the Falcons. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Off-play action. Brewer. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, how about that? You use a high draft pick on this guy back in April, hoping he'll grow into a role as the season progresses. And now look at this, a pick 6 in his very first NFL game.
Sometimes the evaluation doesn't match what the kid brings to the table. He progressed quickly.
The try here for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They'll look to get something started. They need to. Down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception. Brewer. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw. Brewer. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Past the 20. He will have the first down and a bit more. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A great play there. 43 yards. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. Charles, that's a pretty good response from a rookie quarterback. He's had his struggles in this game, including the interception on the last drive, but there he takes him down the field and puts it in the end zone.
I agree with everything you just said right there, and there's a silver lining to all of this, his resiliency, because let's face it, when things are going bad and you're a youngster, they often continue to go bad. But in his mind and his actions, he said, this stops right here. And how about the positive play he just turned in?
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second in a couple.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. They run over center with Benson. A nice little juke. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Looking to throw. Daniels. To the right side and intercepted. And the Raiders are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And now here come the Raiders. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Brewer. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Walker. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man, that's Liggett. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Now to the ground, here's Walker. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 48 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Brewer. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This one from 48 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will knot us up at 10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Atlanta now coming out on the field.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, 1st down Falcons. Back to throw. Daniels. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead, it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line.
Shotgun snap and a give to Benson.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Moore, the man in motion. 2nd and 3. And the Raiders have got him. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
He already did his primary job with an interception earlier, but here he gets a chance to be a pass rusher and takes on the challenge of blitzing and makes another big play. That's something to file away and maybe break out later in this one or in a future game.
And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3.
Benson. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
One more time with Benson.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Trey Benson.
A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
The Raiders now set to get the football back. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
61 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Looking for the crossing route, and he's got Mitchell.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Looking to throw. Brewer.
There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. Brewer.
Open man downfield is Johnson.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 36. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Back to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And the Falcons going to get one more drive here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
He may go.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room.
Kenneth Walker headed back out there. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well. First and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on second and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of it.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out.
Touchdown, Raiders! A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Raiders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So we have reached halftime here in the Thursday night opener as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. As far as the early games go in that 1 o'clock window, we'll be focused on that game in Nashville. A big one for the Titans as they'll take on the visiting Indianapolis Colts. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks. And finally, a good one scheduled for Sunday Night Football between the Washington Commanders and the New Orleans Saints. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Falcons offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Running out of the gun here with Benson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Back to throw now on first down.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down. A handoff here to Benson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linebackers has got it.
And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
So it looked like a good opening drive to start this third quarter, but ultimately it's going to be an unfruitful one as they give it away on the fumble.
Yeah, the way they were moving it, you figured they were in good position to take the lead, but they sure picked a bad time to be lackadaisical with the football. They wound up giving it away.
The Raiders offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory.
71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. On third down, here's Walker.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Here's the Raiders punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
The Falcons back out getting set for this next drive.
And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Daniels. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons.
I know retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
At the 27-yard line.
More the motion man right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Second down and 3.
Second and 3 at the 46-yard line.
And they'll try to run the option here. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
A good chunk on the ground on the keeper, 17 yards, first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. Daniels.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down.
Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
On third down, here's Benson.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Looking to throw. Daniels.
This to Laporta, right side.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Sam Laporta.
27 yards.
And the Falcons have retaken a third quarter lead.
And what a weapon he is at the tight end spot, because when they throw him the football downfield, they count on him getting additional yardage almost every time. And that's exactly what he did there. Caught that, ran with it, all the way to the end zone.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well, as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Operating from the gun, Brewer. And he will find his man on the outside. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the gun on third down, Brewer. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this third quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line.
The Falcons offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Throwing now is Daniels.
Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop him.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
The offense on third down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line.
The Raiders offense and Kenneth Walker set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. 2nd and 6.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Back to throw.
Brewer setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Operating from the gun.
Brewer. That one complete to Leggett.
He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And they'll get this down to the 10. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Raiders have taken a 4th quarter lead. Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the... And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So take away the touchdown there, as that's going to be ruled an incomplete pass. And the catch made by Johnson. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
And I can just see it now. On the sidelines, they're telling the quarterback, you've got to get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
They'll start on the ground with Benson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's Daniels.
32-yard line.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. And got his man complete. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 41 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? Guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. On the give, it's Benson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
To throw is Daniels. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Daniels looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
At the 17-yard line.
Now Daniels.
And it's caught. Touchdown. From 17 yards out.
And the Falcons are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Justin Reed. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again.
Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And that's going to be incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Brewer. And that is incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21.
Well, partner, tonight was a great way to kick the season off. That before the game, probably as much pomp and circumstance to start a season as I can ever remember. And this is just game one of many to come sitting next to you. Really looking forward to it.
As am I. Great to be back in booth with you for another season. Great to get this year underway. You and I both know interesting is going to be the word. An extra week now as part of that newer 17-game season. What a fun opener tonight. We know the better games are still on their way, but I'm glad that we got started.
So for the Falcons, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here